Alright, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Sri Lanka here on the Lord Master channel, in which last episode we spent quite a bit of time with the seducing and the romancing, and there was the grand wedding as well, and some other things that I've spent quite much on. As you can see that we have -3 gold. Because, you know, me and my negative money saying, yeah, 3 gold in debt. I mean, we can recover it in a month. But, however, there are a couple of things that I want to spend now. But I don't want to take a loan. Because since I'm an avaricious person, there is a way. Not borrow gold, but rather sell trivial titles. Exchange prestige for gold. Selling titles of purely symbolic importance to people of more than means than pedigree will bolster my treasury. I will gain 190 gold for this, but selling titles yields unpredictable results. That's because I have the at any cost perk, which gives me the decision to sell titles, and has to be higher. The highest held title is greater or equal to kingdom rank. So at least you got our remedies. Draw up the rights of rights. So there you have it. Got the money back. Which now I can use that to well, get back to reinforcing relations with Silk Road communities. Let me see. 39 years old. Problems is good. I'm trying to find out what am I lacking in particular. But you know, I do plan on traveling again because I would love to go on a pilgrimage. Let me see. Not the season. Yes. Since I plan on going on traveling again, we should make contacts with the Southeast Asian communities. I don't think we've ever done those before, at least as far as my memory is concerned. So, this will increase the amount of and chance of receiving gifts of character modifiers that improve speed and reduce danger in sea terrain, or health, fertility, and dealing with stress, and unlocks the decision to hire Southeast Asian shipbuilders. So let's do some networking, people. So now, I decided to reinforce relations with the Southeast Asian communities in my realm. The lands and seas of Southeast Asia are home to a number of kingdoms and cities that are well integrated into the Maritime Silk Road. Involving ourselves in those networks could prove lucrative. Their abilities as sailors and merchants is to be admired. And now, this will cost another 40 gold. To hire the shipbuilders. By expanding my networks with the local Southeast Asian communities in my realm, I'll be able to come into contact with a number of merchants, sailors, and carpenters, and other craftspeople involved in the production and navigation of ships. I should utilize these connections to improve my realm's trade and naval abilities. So, for the next 10 years, I will have the various kingdoms, city-states, and tribes of Southeast Asia home to many people with experience and knowledge of sailing, shipbuilding, navigation, sea trade, and more. This character has brought in many such people to advise them in these areas. This reduces the embarkation cost, faster naval speed for our army that's traveling by sea, no advantage penalty from disembarking, excellent, and reducing a bit of the sea and coastal sea danger. We will sail the Indian Ocean blue. The people who dwell in the coasts, islands, and rivers of Southeast Asia play an important role in maritime trade routes that connect the Indian Ocean with China. For centuries, they've honed their skills as travelers of the seas. Through my connections with the local Southeast Asian community, I have brought on some sailors, shipbuilders, and sea merchants to assist me with my navy, to protect my shores, to encourage sea trade, and to advise me on my people how to best travel along the seas. Their maritime expertise will come in handy. I would love to pay to Sri Lanka's guardian deities, but they cost quite a bit. Just to help me out with one of the one of the skills. Yes. But for now, please be patient. And don't extort subjects unless you're really desperate for cash again. I'm thinking. Well, I was thinking about meditation, but I'm in the middle of a seduction scheme with this one who I would love to seduce first, and then make her one of my wives. Probably the primary wife. Because the one I have isn't as good, and one lives over land. So, let's get to it. Take a drink. Vaishnavites moved from Vani to Anuradhapura. It is not greater honors I seek, my liege, but if you are in need of gold, I believe it could come to some arrangement. Pay additional 190 gold to me, but get a weak hook on me. I wouldn't do that. This is not a haggle at a peasant's market. Plus our income is good. I can wait. As I said, I'd like to go on a pilgrimage somewhere, but you know, these tend to be expensive. Because I do have an idea that I'd like to go on a pilgrimage towards, what is that place called? Varanasi, yes. My sister, Janali's, let it be known that her unborn child, product of union with the father, is none other than my cousin, Asladu Vijayabahu. What do we even become of our child? Not the whole world knows. You're betrothed to this one. She's thrown this house of turmoil. But all I can say is, oh no, that's fine. As long as it's within house with Jayabahu. We know who the lover is. Oh no, she's pregnant, but has made it known. Cut, dog it. Memories. Soulmate. Year ago. A handkerchief came into my possession not too long ago, and I found the fabric used just to make it wonderful. It absorbs things pretty well, such as if I'm sweating or sneezing, but it seems to never to leave a too foul an odor after I wash it. Should keep it around with me more often. Disease resistance. Well, I got very good health. Plus, there's some other things I'd like to keep around for times like these. But there are others I could use too. This is a clutter artifact. No need for that. I've seen better. And once we all get to accumulation, this is definitely going to help the prominence of all three of the monasteries. I had lost my train of thought. Yes, all three monasteries increase their prominence over time, rather than back and forth like we've been in purification. But it's still a couple of years away before we get there. A trial, though, will soon be performed at the court. It would be a simple request to have a change to performance dedication to Boyika Devi, the target of my affection. You are a content villain. Very cruel, very generous. Hmm. It'll be a bold declaration to the lady. 71% chance that everything goes according to plan, building interest. 20% chance that she's not impressed. I was about to say, no, that wasn't her. Dang it. Because I was about to say, I guess she's not impressed. But, go ahead. Thought you would have money in you. You do, but why aren't you paying me tribute? Thank you very much. Although I recall long ago that we used to have chances of imprisonment. How dare you embarrass me in public like that? Did you want me to have explained to you what the Troubador's words meant to the entire court? Well, shit. Just texting to a friend and I'm just replying. Right. So after we get done with this seduction scheme, then I will go on a pilgrimage because I don't want to miss the opportunity. Oh yeah, the Grand Tour, I forgot. I was thinking about the pilgrimage, but nah, I guess that can wait. Hurry, my liege, you have to hear this. The wet nurse Jacinta rushes me to my son's and heir's chambers. She is at the points at Paracramabahu in excitement. Leaning towards him. Listen, the enlightened. Looks like Paracramabahu is already a devotee. People had her first words spoken at a much younger age, but you just barely started speaking at 4. Fun fact about me in real life. I did not spoke my first words until I was 5 years old. Even though when I spoke my first words, my mother said to me that I spoke just fine and plainly. It's just, I knew the words and I knew how to speak somehow, but I did most of the communication during my baby years by pointing. I'm sure some of you viewers had probably done that too. You communicate by pointing when you were all a baby. Again, you may not remember baby years, but your parents would tell you what you did when you were, you know, a baby, a young child before you turned 5 or 6. Which those are the typical age that's when your memory starts to develop. So, well, he's pensive. So I'll say what else he could say. You'll gain quite a bit of stress, but not to worry, because the more learning you have, the less stress you'll be gaining when you get older. The less stress you'll be gaining when you get older. Yesterday's meeting, Digasumana, my useful Serad, suggested he could teach me his trade, thus prepare me for a better warfare life. If I spend time every day close to him while he performs his job. Besides attracting the envy of other counselors, the offer is tempting, but certainly by spending so much time well, I'll neglect the other areas of managing my realm. But of course, why on earth would I want to do that? I'm not particularly interested in martial matters. I'm not that kind of person. I refuse the suggestion. So my refusal creates an awkward working environment between me and my sin of Varat. That leads to difficulties in my pursuit of knowledge in martial matters. So I will gain negative 500. You mean you lose 500, not gain. That's like saying you lost gain, or whatever the term they use back in my youth regarding American football. Does that mean I really have negative? No, it doesn't drop. It's just whatever you've gained is now lost. As conversation slowed and once laughing guests offered only tired smiles, Buyaka Devi turned to me, still brimming with energy. I have something in store for everyone, she says. Can you guess? A reading? I replied, noticing a lingering click by the door, a heavy tome in his hands. Buyaka Devi was impressed and gestured to the man inside. A man, sir, pulled up a chair, and Buyaka Devi rose to her feet. Dear friends, she calls across the room. Any suggestions for our dear poet? You know, she addressed everyone. Her eyes settled back on me. Content villain. What do content people like? Because I'm not quite sure. But I'll say something pious, like stories from the Holy Book. Like Voda Vakana. As the clerk reads for us, seems completely engrossed. She then approaches me. Good choice, Gajabahu, says, and smiles coolly. There you go. Truly a lovely choice. Again, I would love to have a bigger gain on all of these, especially prestige. And plus, it's only one county. So once again, no fancy dreams. I'll spare my gold because I plan on going on a grand tour. And then the pilgrimage. I will do so when I seduce my darling. Getting closer. Oh! Hold it right there. Abamaha sent us hunt. You know, we never do hunting because that leads to degeneration, but since we're quite so far away from it, you know what? There's something I could do. So, yes, we're going hunting, which, by the way, you know, regarding hunting, I mean, there's no, you know, in Theravada Buddhism, there's no sin that involves hunting. If you're thinking of such thing, I mean, I'll accept that in a moment. Are Jains still around? Yes. Revelry is a sin. Well, I remember when the old Dharma Chakra mod was around, which I wish we'd be using that mod since it would be very vital to be having it to play in the subcontinent. Where they do have, you know, the hunter trait as a sin for Jains, which makes sense. Also, I got something else to say while we go on a hunt here. Gotta leave within 12 days. I'll be there. Come along, someone special. Who's coming with me? Oh, good. She's coming with me too. Joined because of activity option. What? You hunt too? Oh yes, I forgot. She's an huntress. Well, she's more a falconer. By the way, what are we hunting exactly? So my may gain a hunter trait. What I'm trying to say to you is, are we hunting deer, leopard, or are we doing falconry? What? We'll be there. She'll be coming. Bodyguards, Vision, my old Serbian Caravan Master, which his health's doing poor. I'm gonna miss that man soon when he passes. And my son of a rat. It'll only cost you 4. Okay, doke. This game is frozen because she's traveling. Well, so am I. We can travel together too, sir. See, it doesn't go up that much for degeneration. So we're hunting for once. My brother Mahasena is hosting a hunt in Malaya, and time's come for us to depart. I should be able to proudly represent the House Vajirabahu. Well, so are you. It should be a good sport if the event's properly organized. Team of all manner of wildlife. Boyakadevi and I agree that Matale would be a splendid place to go on a hunt. We don't have time to stay for proper hunting. Well, as we traverse there, I spot a pristine wild rabbit at the edge of the forest. It has peculiar markings on its fur, and I motion to Boyakadevi to survey the animal. She spots the rabbit. She goes, "What do you say, the friendly wage leech? Whoever strikes a pristine fellow with the arrow wins." I'll make a bet. 64% chance that my arrow flawlessly pierces the heart of the rabbit. I become the hunter, which every little bit helps. Or she gets it first, and then I have to pay her. 75 gold, that's a high wager. Rabbit in sight. We both slowly but firstly move closer to the rabbit, taking aim for its tiny body as it gnashes away at a piece of straw. I pull my string and release as the arrow goes straight into the animal's body. The sudden impact launches a few paces, and the tiny body slumps on the ground. Motionless, I roar in triumph, and Boyakadevi joins me in my chair. "Nice shot," she cries as I dart forward to pick up the trophy. Which kind of gets me to thinking, are there any rabbits in Sri Lanka? Curious. That ain't it. Oh boy. Let him eat it. See? I knew right. As we wait to arrive with the rest of the guests, Mahasena started the preparations. His gamekeepers check the grasslands for any sign of quarry. What's a regular hunt? I've checked my gear and my horse many times. Won't be long now, even though I have a low chance of success because high development in such a land is here. There's hills. Learning martial prowess also plays a factor in the hunting grounds building. So yeah, Sri Lanka is not a good hunting country because it's highly developed around here. Further south is a much better place to hunt. Let me think. No valid target to seduce. Present. 1 second. Okay, I did a little bit of a search on my cell phone here. Okay, it's black-naped hare are the only species of wild hare or rabbit in Sri Lanka. It's highly nocturnal and is found in forested areas mixing with glades of grasslands in the outskirts of Colombo. Yeah. So we could assume that the rabbit's much more widespread in this island nation at this time. Keep looking. I'm trying to do research here. Sri Lankan rabbits, huh? So the party is called to assemble as dawn breaks over the hunting grounds nestled in Sankada. Oh. In Sankadagalapura. Sankadagalapura. God dang it, I just tried to say that fast. Oh, and it's gross. It's the local gamekeepers scoured the vicinity for recent tracks and fumes. A stout buck is definitely near it. Like a dish could hardly be better for hunting. Ultimately, my Senate decided we want to hunt the stag today. Let's get out of here. So he seeks a stag. It's middling regarding peril and less prestigious. While I attend to slay the beast, I'm not here for recreation. I just like to give it a shot because I'm a hunter. I got a good experience hunting. Give me a moment. I'm wondering, master of the hunt. Doesn't cost much, but look at you. Busy hunter. Prowess skill. Cousin, you're the master of the hunt. I sent 100 a ferret. My cousin Vijayabahu, who I just recently hired him as master of the hunt, is crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking roses. He appears to have lost all interest in the hunt. Rada, what the bounty of nature. Look at these plants. Truly the wealth of the earth knows no bounds. We do not appreciate these simple treasures enough. Well, every little bit helps. I know girls get selfish, but I'll tell him. Cousin, get back on your horse. We're here for the stag. My intent is to slay the beast, and better damn well do it, even though it's a low chance of that happening. This is a normal hunt. It's not they sighted an animal type of hunt. That's what's going on. Mahasena's huntsmen have pointed out secluded clearing down when the beast is covered. A perfect place to form a bow line and await the stag driven thither by the hound teams. Our host thinks for a moment before sculling. I came for a real hunt. We'll hunt by force, not stealth. Oh, this method's more perilous. What are you doing, man? You're gonna get killed if you're not careful. I found tracks, increasing the trait slightly. And chance. Flush the prey, still a low chance. We can already keep up, but the blasted beast has darts and weaves through the tall grass, snorting wildly. Scaling a rise and disappearing into the dense thicket. The stag is gone quickly as it appeared. With only the panty dogs and sweaty horses to show for it. The damn thing is gone. Not my hunt, but it was yours. Everything that could go wrong seemed to do so. But there were silver linings to be found. I gathered the disappointed party and exhausted the hounds for the trip home. The stag indeed eluded us, this time. Let's leave this adventure behind for now. Lost the stress because I'm hunted. Trade experience in Veneta. So yeah, a little bit of hands-on experience. All I caught was that one rabbit out of a wager. And I sure did want a big wager. Which I'm happy with that result. Now, let's get back to seducing. Back on. Once we're done, Grand Tour. And then after the Grand Tour, Pilgrimage. Maybe perhaps another hunt if time allows, since I've hired my master to hunt, which increases the chance of spotting a prey somewhere in the country. Particularly down here. Because development is higher up here, but down here not so much. Lines expired. love letter. Your lineage is like a furry cat. I wish only to watch you sleep, that I may know the depths of your love. I am twice as pretty as your vile wife. Vile wife? No sooner read the letter delivered from VIET than I am on my way to her chambers. My actions will answer her words, and compensate for what they are lacking. I do, sir, by sending well-penned love letters. Now, you get to marry me, and you'll be my new primary wife. No need for a grand wedding. That costs too much. Even though you're from an obscure house that used to be landed with that Damapati barony. Very well then. Oh, my Hesi Buyakadevi, my morsel, to think that I can embrace you openly now. With the blessing of both Virudaka and the people around us, I am the happiest man alive. Come here, old wife of mine. You are the newest primary spouse. You may not like me for that. Lover, soulmate. You're not as much as I once thought, to be honest. Though I'd love to romance her, and you would consider it as a betrayal of the promise. A new soulmate, I guess. But that love stuff's gonna be for later. As per usual. You got control issues? Dinner. 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 Tour the ground. Cultural festival. These two Tamil areas, obviously. Spending nearly all of it. And of course, be as safe as possible during this travel, because not taking any chances. Leave it with justice. Let's go. A sommelier woman who's a Silk Road merchant at this time. You spent nearly all the money, but we'll make it all back. Don't you worry. Can't wait. Touring the grounds of Matale. Let's get to it. Remember, more renown, and we will get to the last Dynasty Legacy for the Maritime. Goose tax. Not much events going on except for the little bit of the activity. It's going to give me money. Oika Devi's pregnant. My new primary wife. My wife has see Rada is with child. I should be overjoyed, but she's acting strange. Quick, the conversation, nervous glance, spirit. Look me in the eyes, did I know that? Just cannot check out the scene. Oh, yes, I do remember. Who did it first? Look into her discreetly. You'll know what to do. As I stood outside our private chambers, hiding behind the door, my heart was heavy and my mind filled with dread. I knew what I had to do, to apologize for my baseless suspicions I revealed, not for my own distrust. The room was filled with soft morning light and the scent of sweet incense. Mahesi Irajitse was standing in the middle of the room, face unreadable. A step closer saw disappointment. I gather your spies have failed you, she says quietly. Are you satisfied? Can I bring myself to look? Can I confess them to you? I promise I will never doubt you again. She reached out, take me. Now let us start anew, she says. It had a sad smile playing on her lips. And for now, let us leave the past behind us. You brighten this crusted heart. I almost said cursed heart. If my heart was cursed, I would have been much more of a a sadistic, callous, arbitrary person. Time for a tribute. You dare defy the authority of the crown? One of these days, I'm gonna get you. Rich local taxes. Rich my eye. Nothing much going on, which is fine. I prefer peace and quiet as we let time tick along. My primary wife just, just beat up that one other person. Replenish the alcohol stores. The meal this evening's but the chefs keep finding food. I've noticed in my Courtiers Shavendranarayan. Scarcely touching what Lulu puts on his plate. Don't like appetite would be fine at any other time. My center seats are getting assaulted by that. I remember my entourage has been picking and poking the dish. 8 center for Siddhartha's sake. Pay tribute. Thank you. That old artifact is gone. Dinner time. It's all routine, This grand tour, it's a routine that has to be performed every time during this video series because it's the only way to get a lot of gold. Wouldn't have it any other way. Especially that this is a playthrough that I encourage myself to, one, build tall, and don't expand very much beyond Lanka. Don't start any wars, and that was my son. Hostage, wife, soulmate. So I wonder how I eloped you. That we eloped together. And we kind of have issues. But still. I ain't returning that hostage. unless something really bad happens between us. And I'm like, fine, you can have her. It will be considered as a divorce. If only marriage overrides the hostage thing. Plus, I did that for an alliance. Speaking of which, also, oh, she's hunched back. Not what I had expected. What say you? That's the reason why I married her in the first place, in the previous episode. Thank you. As I finish my meal, another board is placed down in front of me. But this time, instead of food, it is a tablet with little game pieces. At age absurd, you know that I'm famed as one of Rohan's finest chess players. But I wish to play not merely for fun, perhaps get things interesting by putting up a wager. Money? Oh, hook wager. It's my move, Vikram. And I'll answer that other thing in a second. We got a chess game to win. Past Vikram, who's already waiting to begin our little chess match. Sat waiting with competitive grimace for the large cross features. We're neck and neck, though neither of us close to victory. Honestly, Waxama, I'm impressed you're playing as well as you are, considering who you're up against. A little hard to read, huh? I'm unparalleled in the theory of chess. Our match marches on. Vikram continuing with a well-worn traditional tactics. Neck and neck. What a lovely game. We shouldn't ask for any better, could we? Besides your luck, I knew the rules of chess like the back of my hand. So, Vikram continuing with a bumbling attempt to replicate the moves of the better players. He says all the same thing. My learning is the best. Just gotta keep it up. Don't feel too bad. Susan voice hunted and caustic as sin. Even Mara couldn't follow my moves. I've read entire manuals on chess. This is sudden death. With the roar tribe a surge at my feet, scattering pieces over. The game of chess is mine. Another fine victory on my indisputable rise towards the role of king of games. Nothing but a shallow husk of a man is left of Vikram Babu. You can't believe I've won. I'd love to play again sometime, cousin. Good game. As Mogan leans forward to pick up the trinket from the foreign hoy, I in turn lean forward to get a good look at the defined muscles flying underneath the skin. You couldn't purchase that type of physique. Maybe I surround myself with more of these fit individuals. And somebody must have on my court. It'd make a good fighter. Bumbling squire. Do we have that tradition? Knighthood? No. I don't know where he got that. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Tribute. Pay it. Gotcha. Almost up to 1,000 gold now. Haven't had any Silk Road trade events yet. Trained healer, huh? We arrive at a small village in Paducah to see quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers. The bleak, hopeless look in his eyes fades and brightens as he notices my procession push. My Rada, These villagers say my actions have made a sinner of me, but it is all lies. Won't you give me the Agaradas justice? True, the evidence is circumstantial, but lowly peasants never speak of the Agara in front. The evidence is frivolous. Let him go. It's only 90. No one's gonna get hurt there. Banquet time. We will definitely get renown, and we'll likely pick up the last Dynasty Legacy for Maritime. So 71% chance to gamble for it. 78. Nothing much happening, just tax, tax, tax. Fine by me. It's been a long and wondrous evening of revelry and merriment, and many a goblet of Iraq has been shared between me and my good host, the Jebahu of Mahavirama. However, it would seem that the Jebahu has been trying to drink more than me, always filling his own goblet a little higher than mine. Is this some sort of implicit challenge? Perhaps I ought to set some stakes here. You underestimate my prowess. 80% chance that I'll grow closer to getting a hook on him, while the tour is more avaricious. Rejected the challenge. Okay, after finishing my meal, it's okay. Instead of the drinking challenge, let's play another game of chess. And this time the winner gets a hook. So basically what happened was, it's like, hey, we should have a drinking contest. He says, no, how about we play chess instead? You got it. I'll ask for tribute after this game. Did you know you can learn exactly how someone lies by watching their face during chess? Oh, I didn't mean. Just a note. This is going to be a little more difficult. You're going to have to stick with learning here. You think you can outthink me? Match marches on. Vijaya Bahu. Continuing with all these traps. Naturally, my technique kind of make form of them. I'm beating him handily, though neither of us is even close to victory. But it gives the kindness on. You're doing so well. Keep it up. All too easy. A smug smile. I place my final piece on the board. Siddhartha has witnessed my triumph today. From the start, I had complete trust that Siddhartha would see me as the victor. There could be no other way. The desolate Vijayabal remained seated, hands on his haunches, trying to comprehend where he went wrong. Hey, love to play again. It's time. Now, time for a tribute. As we traversed the woods, trudged through the leaves, we encountered a modest wayward shrine. Neatly carved, it sports a Dharma chakra at its head. Below the weathered words, here lies Saint Dapula of Mayarama, blessed son of Columba. Saint of Mayarama. Heck, it seems the local spiritual figure is being patronized much. Not one sanctioned by the Theravada Sangha. Hey, just to be nice here. Especially just to give him a little more tax income. Saint Dapula. There's a nice ring to it. A pleasant stroll through the Columba forest makes me real appreciate the landscape around us. The luminous green, saturated as the Duchess dress made the finest fabric. The rays of sun filtered through the canopy as liquid echo. The vibrant smell of perhaps campfire. I turn around to my entourage and observe my caravan master Mochilo's livid face. Fire! He screams, pointing at the not so distant flames where Srivanjanaryan has been trapped. My goodness. I'm trying to remember the word fire in the Serbian language. I know it's like fire as in to shoot is pali, but what is fire as in flames in Serbian? I mean, I kind of recall it correctly. And what is fire in both Sinhala and Tamil? Since there are the two official languages of Sri Lanka today. Anyways. Oh dear, oh dear. I'll save myself. 40% chance that he's rescued and nothing happens to me. 59% chance that rescued during devotee, I get wounded. 0% chance of death for him. I got wounded. That's it, I'm looking it up. Vatra. Vatra is fire in Serbian. Okay. Let me see. Gini. G-I-N-I. That's fire in Sinhala. It's tour de grounds. Okay. What about in Tamil? D. That's T with IRX and microsorts. As I continue my tour around the grounds of the Gama of Anuradhapura, I hear an unfamiliar voice all around us. Suddenly I find my entire party surrounded by men in hoods pointing knives and bows directly at me. What the heck? One of the assassins stepped towards me and pressed a knife in front of myself. Happy hunting, my lord. We've come hunting Agaradas. Oh, it started out first. It quickly becomes clear that this is just an act. The assassin gives me a wake and I observe that the web is made entirely of wood and dull on all sides. They expect me to play along and form and tell my life. Ah, haven't you, Scullion? I at last managed to find myself alone in the wilds of the Gama of Anuradhapura, and my mind wanders thoughts of my wife, soulmates. I cannot deny that Anuradhapura is a place of true beauty, almost beautiful enough to match my beloved's detail for Jabal. I feel compelled to leave a mark here, so that all those who pass through here will know my love for her. Perhaps cover your name into the well, that helps. It shall be done. I'm happily making my carving in a tree when I hear a sudden gasp from somewhere. My uncle Vikram appears absolutely horrified as he bolts my handiwork and soon approaches me. My lord, I have no doubt that you are unaware that this tree is considered a sacred object to the locals of the Gama. I don't think it's the Bodhi tree, is it? The peasantry and clergy of the Gama will curse your name entirely for what you desecrate. Like, yeah, why is a tree never just a tree? You've analyzed the sacred site. One would assume it's the sacred Bodhi tree. But it's gotta be some other sacred tree. How many sacred trees are there in the whole island? Oh, not again with this. All the same text, same results. You know, for future reference that you're trying to gain renown, let me send you Silk Road containers for 10 renown. On my tour of Anuradhapur, I have found a rare moment when I'm not being ferried around by my host or being expected to make an appearance anywhere. I see places of worship filling up for the day. Taverns begin welcoming their early drinkers, and beggars lay the streets pleading for a crumb just to eat. I'll gain a bit of stress for this. This is not due to personality related. The census must be conducted this settlement. Become more avaricious. I just gained a little bit of gold. And give me some more. Now we're heading to Sri Lankan Tamil country. Cultural festival. Just to increase the cultural accessibility, even though it's high enough. But I like to keep the status quo. Powder Crown Bao has shown a curiosity in his ancestry and is growing to be more like the child of House Jabo. He is honest. Also, what? Tamil Srikula peasants moved from Ramnad to Vani. Yep, Srikula Shaktism is common. Chicken tax. Oh, that reminds me. Regarding accolades. Yeah, we still have more. You got money, so start inviting them for future reference. A wooded stage stands proudly in the middle of the square. Festive wreaths hang from the poles and actors on the sides, giggling and chatting. They all go silent at the moment that Nadav walks in, his chest puffed up, so proud. I would like to announce that the play in honor of our most distinguished guest, Agarada Gajabahu, is about to begin. Please delight. The story goes on and on, talking about the streets of Tirukumai and my deeds. It's so comforting to be lauded like this. This is the best compliment I've ever received. Good play here. Look at that! I hear as I walk down the streets of Vani. My courtiers, Srivendra Narayan, is pointing at what seems to be known as Cobera's Smith's Guild. A smile quickly appears on his face, blissful. The group of apprentices are kneeled down in front of the workbench. The master supervises the craft from the lintel to the door, arms crossed, chin up. You all need a bit more strength for that, son. Shavendra Narayan takes a step at the deck, completely mesmerized. Oh, you gain stress because you're avaricious, a lifestyle trait rather than personality. Makes me think I've picked up a greedy trait, huh? It's not my area. But I'll say this. Go ahead, Shavendra Narayan, pay him a visit. So, 88% chance that he'll increase his stewardship and 11% chance that he'll become an architect. You're not one for stewardship. But give it a go. Ooh, a Bedouin ogres. Come on in. So that's the guy. On in. My sisters, but showing signs of pregnancy. Everyone thought her husband, Count Urunata, his father and child. So can clear the real father reason none other than only could have stayed a secret. As long as it's House of Jebao controlling the land over there, then it's fine. We never really had much time between us with the gesture activity. There. Yeah, don't worry, he paid tributes, just for having none of this. As the people of Vani start to gather around the wooded stage, a thought comes to mind. Such a large group of people all want to enjoy a remarkably elaborate spectacle for free. What a waste. If I stand by the entrance, I could demand a small toll for this. After all, it's in my honor. They can pay me, or no pay, but since I'm avaricious... Oh! 190 gold. That hurts the development level a bit. You see, traveling here was extremely expensive. You greedy bastard. Now another culture festival here in Nagadipa. Even though it's a Sinhalese ruler who's ruling that part of the country rather than a proper Tamil noble. A group of locals has taken the stage of what seems to be the longest, blandest sermon I've ever heard. I try to keep my eyes open, but soon enough the piles of hay at the corner of the street looks a bit too comfortable, a bit too tempting. Oh, heck. I must stay awake. The whole area gains a fake interest in the festival. When I come back, first thing I'm going to do is to send my son to the university. His son and heir. Help him improve his education. Which, by the way, going more towards stewardship is nice, but it will be much more virtuous if you go towards learning. A much better learning experience. Plus, I remember your first words, so you should go towards learning. I can picture him as a devoted Buddhist man when he grows up, with vast knowledge of everything, from all things Buddha to the stars. I can imagine all that, yes. One more time. Okay. You paid, right? Approached by him, holding Iraya at your ranges, hardened the middle armor. My rage, I'm honored to have. Please accept the gift as a commemoration of this culture festival. So it would remind us of this day for years to come. I appreciate that he had thought of this. He looks at me at this face, I believe he expects to give me something back. How's that compared to my armor? Not as good. Plus it gives me injury resistance. But I have to exchange. But I'll say useless item. Maybe I could sell it for scraps. How dare you! But before I deal with that man, sooner or later, I'm honored by the gift. However, I'll give something back. Take it something approach, so I don't look like a fool. Even though he did not pay tribute to me. I could order someone to fetch the crown. Also, it's crown just laying around. What crown do I wear? Chichek's crown. Well, no. I will say no, because you have already decided to demand our refusal of tribute, and I consider that as an insult. I will deal with you personally one of these days, because there will be a time that I'm going to be willing to imprison you, and perhaps banish you. Sickly. Plans change, pal. Renown, and we just barely made it. Alright. 1 second. Gotta do all these now. Here we are. Now, development growth in realm capital is 0.20 a month. City building construction costs are now much more cheaper, minus 50%. Unlocks the final building in the Indian Ocean Pirate Den building chain, which I do not have, and can now possibly gain the Silk Road Merchant trait when using the Silk Road Merchant travel option, even without any experience getting successful deals. So, which means, even if you just so as far as you just travel, you get the Merchant trait. And please bear in mind, it's not just Silk Road. Don't forget the Trans-Saharan too for those in Africa. So, alright, we did it. Maritime Trade. For all this. But now I've got me to thinking. Like, well, great. What else then? Probably this way, because you have a habit of doing these activities. So I think for the remainder of this series, whenever we get the renown up again, start going more towards activities. Reset the cooldown. Yeah. Start going down that way. I never did that in some of my past series. By past series, you mean like Haran. When do we get to build a Buddhist building again? Support the Sangha. That's still a few years. Because we want to get to plus this increases the prominence and going towards the accumulation phase. What's the prominence? Let me see. Not quite the 400 yet. Although, let me do the math in my head. Like, what's considered halfway there towards 900? Oh, I'd also like to do this, even though it hurts the prominence a tiny bit, but it'll be worth it. What do I not have? This for entry grade. Again, I believe in balance of average stuff. So we shall worship Patini, the healer goddess who defends the weak. Also known as Kanaki Amun. Prepare offerings of milk rice. Take a drink. Decided to host their Theravada prayer ceremony to ask for divine aid. The singing of ceremonial songs fills the whole temple as we worship one of the great guardian deities of Tambapani, Patini. When she struck, the city burst into flames, and the mouths of those who disbelieved her again to burn. The power of Patini has been shown here. The palace burnt and was left in a heap of ashes. The gods of the forest assembled in glory, and the slow shower of rain they caused to fall. The goddess of earth, like a roaring stream, bore evidence. In this manner, the fire of the city of Madura was extinguished. May our prayers be answered. For context, that this event text features an excerpt from a religious song recorded by the Sihala scholar and writer W. A. De Silva in 1920 about the deity Patini, equivalent to the Tamil goddess Kanaki Amman. She is the most important female deity in Sri Lanka, and perhaps one of the most beloved deities overall on the island. Legend has it she was once a mortal woman who suffered due to having a weak, unfaithful husband, who wasted all their money on a courtesan. When he tried to mend his ways, he was unjustly executed by the king of the city of Madurai. She was then transformed to a wrathful goddess, and in rage ripped off one of her breasts and flung it into the city, causing it to burst into flames. Despite this violent incident, she eventually goes to Sri Lanka, where she becomes the goddess of healing and protector of the weak and ill. Me personally, I know that story very well. I've first heard of that story back in 2019. Of some of the old tales and legends and stories that comes from the Indian subcontinent, this one is the one that I tend to memorize the most. Not to mention depicted in popular culture. Now prayers be answered. Think. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Sun. I can influence their personality by giving them one of my traits. But you know, honest is a virtue. And calm is a virtue. Give him calm. 100% success. This better work. Hold on here. I approach my son, Prakranabha, with a question. What is power? Having Rada put her nobles at your command. Lost my favorite shell today, nobody seems to care. Power begins with power over oneself, I explained. By looking to others, by becoming upset and lashing out, you shove away feelings of helplessness and foolishness. Instead, breathe deep and find clear judgment. After a moment's pause, Prakranabha sighs and says, I will try. That's my boy. Also, do or do not. There is no try. And to some more callous people, they would say, don't say the word try. I don't like the word try. Try is for losers. That's what some people would say. But anyways. So yes, I want him to have 3 virtuous traits. Because when he has astute intellectual or higher, this is definitely going to cause, this. Even more progress towards it annually. That is an idea. 1 second. Be willing to spend that huge amount of money, and he will get a better education than usual. Yes. And I already have this, which may help it to gain additional skills. Would like to have Groom to Rule just to gain a little bit of extra. Though I could do that since I got a long life to live. I don't know what the heck you need. these languages for. Plus, it's better to learn them yourself rather than by observance. Years time. Ah, yes, that was the next thing I was going to do. The relic veneration. I was doing that whole plan on going on a pilgrimage thing, but I guess I'll have to put that on hold. Because there's other things to do here. Plus, wasn't there a deer sighting somewhere? Hart sighting. There's 2 hart sightings. Okay. Despite high development. Look, everywhere you go there's high development. When does this expire? Two months. Crud. It's gonna go away before I even get there. Oh well, there's always another chance of that happening. Oh, unless you're going more towards falconry. There's no bird sightings. Anyway. Let's wait for the relic veneration. And we'll definitely get the prominence towards Mahavihara. No need for that. You know the drill, you've seen all the text before. Karluk, another Turkic man. Avaricious, Dwight. Ridden. Someone I could trust. Oh god, he has gained too much power since that man kicked the bucket. I consider that as unbalanced. Every single one should have vassals of their own. We can get rid of him. No chance of that happening, which means rebellion. Fine by me. We'll do that in the next episode. So we could deal with this mess. Because I firmly believe in a decentralized realm. Just to help with the Sangha struggle. There should be, like, every single county should have a vassal. That's what I believe. That's why I would like to dismantle these duchy titles if I have them myself. So there you go. 367 is the current prominence from Mahavihara so far. Not to mention being such a great patron for it. When do we get to build a Buddhist building again? 5 years. You don't have any alliances, do you? Samana Devi, isn't it? No. Pajani Ugus. Hindustani. Aha. Well, anyways, you know, all this empty land down there that I see, I would love to build a bunch of temples there, further increasing the renown. And same thing for over there. Here's what you could do with that money. But again, I'll put a hold to that. Also, let's end this episode at the beginning of next year. I'm going to cut this episode short. Because honestly, I'm a little tired myself. A little more tired than usual. Not to mention, I got other things going on in life. Nothing too drastic. It's just, there's other things I do in life, alright? Besides making videos and entertaining for you people. All you good viewers who subscribe to my channel, and I thank you for that. We stop here at the year 1138. You get the reference. 1138 AD. Anyways. So, in the next episode, I plan on arresting this man for once. For imprisonment. Arrest this man because he refused to lead the man. And since there's 0% chance of success, that means rebellion is likely. And we do have strong enough a force to deal with that matter. We can risk civil war. Yeah, and he's not the one that's broken the law. I believe that was the old man, right? Or what did decide not to pay to me? So my idea is this. Start a rebellion, even though starting wars goes towards degeneration, but we're so far away from that we can get away with that. Get rid of this man. Kick him out. I'll have the realm for myself for a little while and invest my money on building temples. Temples, temples, temples. And then once I'm done with the temple construction, then I'll give these two lands away. Okay? So I guess we could disregard the whole go on a pilgrimage to Varanasi idea. And instead invest on temple building. Because that's part of our cultural tradition of religious patronage. It's the right thing to do. And plus, it's in purification phase that temple building cost is a little bit reduced compared to degeneration, which was much more expensive. Well, accumulation, what about temple building cost? Way cheaper. Okay. We're going to start working more towards accumulation sooner rather than later. I mean, we still got to do the pilgrimage to Sri Pada. That's a way to get there. For starters. And also in that next episode, support the Sangha. That will also occur. So yeah, we got plenty of work to do in the next episode. Changes are to be made around here, locally. So we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.